welcome to the Toku Portal podcast for Kamen Rider Zero-One. I am Vashi V, and joining me today is...
Rye.
And zero.
Welcome to episode 26, where we will finally be moving on with the challenge to number 4, a firefighter challenge. In the meeting where Thouser pitches this to Aruto, Aruto is a little hesitant at first, but ultimately decides, okay, sure, firefighting contest, let's go. And then he makes a pun, and when he goes for his pose, Izu behind him fucking mimics him.
with her greatest emote ever. Wah.
Yeah, that was such a great moment.
Like, the level of her mimicking him over the last few episodes has gotten better and better.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like, subtle female character development is one of the good things this writer has. Well, okay, here's the thing. Supporting character, actual writer, female writers, not so much, so we'll get to her. But yeah, Izu's great.
So, speaking of Yua, Thouser has a job for her. Take this, Zetsumu Riser, the ones that hack the human gears directly with the keys. And if the human gear firefighter is actually winning, make him go berserk.
Well, he said if it reaches singularity, but I'm like, he's not there yet, so what you said makes more sense.
I mean, to be fair, like, every everyone that has made its point of singularity it was literally made singularity to go berserk. To the point where Thouser has been intentionally antagonizing the fucking things.
And, he even makes it clear to Yua, hey, we only need one more win to buy out Hiden.
Yeah.
Dude just up and became a hypocrite.
Right, I know, right? I mean, like, even Yua, she's like, you can see that she's like, what the fuck did you just say? And then he's like, yeah, we just need one more win. I think at this point she's like, fuck it, I don't care.
We're the baddies.
Parties, let's just get this over with. But, dude, like, it feels like this is the episode. It should have been like, he was like, you know what, fuck your shit. Or at least, like, it's part one of maybe she'll say it in episode two, but considering she's getting a new thing, I'm like, that's unlikely. Which really sucks because her character has gone, like, completely down the drain. And it's not like, well, you can say, oh, it's new or something, female writer. I'm like, yeah, but, like, evil female writer? I'm like, that's not new. That's, like, the most, like, ancient female writer tropes. Right? Like that just guarantees you'll die at the end. Because like no evil female writers ever lived, right? Or like anyone who can like directly challenge the heroes. Like the good, like I can name like two, right? There's like the one a mage from Wizard and
Poppy.
Slime Girl from Forza. Right?
And Poppy.
What?
She died. She died.
Right, but the difference for hers was A, she was sacrificed, and 2, she came back.
I don't care. She still died.
She still died. Right? Like I don't think you was gonna come back.
Also, I'm hesitant to count the slime girl from Forza.
Yeah, that's a good point. She just pisses off into space. Her name's Nadeshko, but god damn, that's kind of really annoying because like then it's like Mage. I'm like, cool. Mage got an awesome ending where it's like, okay, Wizard's gonna go tour the world to find a resting place for the Philosopher's Stone. You take over his job. I'm like, all right, that's fine. So she's like the main common mage like even the ones that stick around a long time, like oh, which one can you think of? Like the Gaim one was probably like the second longest running female writer, and she was also evil, and she's also fucking dead. So I'm like, oh god, I don't want this. Not mine.
Here's the difference, though. Yua is constantly like, whenever Bowser's like, "All right, here's my next evil plan." Yua's first reaction is always, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, but my problem is like she's done like what the fuck like 10 times now. I'm like,
And she still hasn't quit. Yeah, I get it.
yeah, it's so annoying. I mean, especially because we know what the fuck she's gonna get like a couple episodes. So it's like she's not even gonna quit for like the perceivable future. So it's like pointless. Like she's gonna have that like Tsukiyomi fucking mode of like, oh, she'll turn at the end. And I'm like, fuck that. That just guarantees you're gonna die.
With the fact that they're pushing something later on in this episode, or at least inferring something later on in this episode, like they set up a good point for her to switch, but I don't think that that's going to be the push.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Because
I mean,
like
she
that
could have
seems
helped
to
with
be
Metal Cluster Hopper, and she didn't even do anything for that.
right. She stood around filming again.
Well, like, okay, let's look at this from another perspective. Fuck. It is clear that Yua is morally not okay with Amatsu's actions. Like, but she still goes along with it. Why? Is it just job security because he pays her really well?
I mean, there's no indication for that, especially because she's like a technical advisor, so she is knowledgeable. She could just go back and work for Ames. And secondly, it's like, well, she's like, oh no, a guy could kill me. I'm like, from what? Like he literally gets his ass whipped like every episode for like the last like couple episodes. And,
Yeah,
like,
but
Yua knows
if she catches him one-on-one, which she could, she would be fucking wrecked.
I know, but like she could just go to Hidan.
And what? Fucking live in the building? Aruto can't protect her forever.
Yeah, but Bowser only has one belt, so she can just take it out.
Oh.
Technically, like Bowser has like super trust for her.
Hey.
So, like she could technically just steal the belt and go.
Have we ever had a rider villain defeated not because their belt was destroyed, but because it was stolen?
Fies. Yes, Fies. Happens all the time. I remember when what's his name? Kaito. No, not Kaito. Not Kiba. What's the other one? He's the snake.
Kaido.
Yes. Yeah, Kaido did have the belt at one point.
And
Kinda evil, but then he's like, I don't fucking want to do this, and then like Fies steals the belt back.
I mean, to be fair, that's how the bad guys beat the good guy half the time in Fies anyways.
Yeah, I know, right? Like Fies is one.
They just took his goddamn belt.
Right, and then if we were gonna run with this, I'm like, just go to Kiva, and like Ixa is just like the Fies shit and the Agito shit in one show. So it's like, yeah, Ixa is like, hey, how many people had the Ixa knuckle? I don't know, like fucking 8. Right? Like Rook at one point stole it from the good guys, and then the good guys had to steal it back and then kick his ass with it. Right? Like, is this just an Inoue trope?
Like, I know this
Yo,
is
you know what?
entirely off.
Hey.
I realize my. Or go ahead, because I have a question in a minute.
Yeah. Remember how in like the beginning of the show there was like, hey, you can't just throw your fucking power-ups around. Like somebody might catch them. Like whatever happened to that shit?
The good guys got really good aim, except for Izu, who hit Aruto in the head with the briefcase.
hey, Aruto wasn't paying attention, and also that was hilarious.
One of my favorite, like, I periodically check, like, because I have a Google Android, so I have the Google keyboard, and I'll periodically search Izu in the gifts just to see, if they or to see if they added her one from this episode. And half of the ones I find are literally just a briefcase one, and it's that interesting. It's either that or her little girl from a couple weeks ago.
That was so bad, but I'm like, you know what? It's still pretty memorable.
So I have a question that's off topic of this, but it is on topic of the fact that we had brought up Geeksa. How many belts were there for Ixa? Because all they ever threw was the knuckle.
It's one belt.
Okay, why were they not throwing the belt as well?
Okay, pretend
the knuckle.
Pretend it's like Blade, and the belt is inside the buckle.
Well, that's not true. I mean, like, whenever somebody gets the belt, they literally get both parts. But
yeah.
You're right. Whenever they're throwing the fucking thing, half the time they're just
all
throwing
they ever threw was the knuckle part.
Yeah.
They never threw the belt.
Like, Rook, when they like, sometimes when they defeat the monster, like, Ixa is not as terrible as we remember it, because, like, sometimes you actually see them get the thing, and then sometimes, like, oh no, this different character has it, but they got it off screen, so it's like, no, the, like, leader of the organization literally handed them the belt, right? So it's not as terrible. Where in Fies, yeah, you definitely see them all pick up the belt because it's like it's one unit, right? Whereas, yeah, Ixa, it's a little iffy sometimes.
And that's been a recurring trope for the most part, because a lot of the times all you ever see is them throw certain parts of something and never the whole damn thing. So the belt is magic.
Yeah, I mean, it's Rider, so that kind of works, but you're right. It works for, like, usually it works better in Sentai, but, like, Sentai doesn't usually get started, because Sentai's like, oh, you got the thing, it automatically gives you the changer, but Rider, sometimes the belts magically appear, and sometimes they don't. But yeah, like, Fies, definitely they took the belts, because they didn't have a fucking CGI budget for that shit. And then Ixa.
So, the firefighter competition. They're using like a otherwise empty building for the training. Disaster training. There are 3 floors: the ground floor, the basement, and the second floor. Inside the basement, civilians have been caught under some rubble. On the first floor, there are civilians like caught in the fire. And on the second floor, there are civilians passed out from the smoke.
To which they brought back the best actor for that.
Oh god, yeah.
Vice President of Hidden Intelligence.
Dude, like, every person they picked was so good. I love how, like, the firefighters get so pumped, where it's like, oh, come save us, and it's like all the chicks. And it gets to the next floor, it's all the guys, and they come, and
it's just like,
Oh.
they go down. I'm like, oh my god, fuck, that was such good comedic magic. Yeah, sorry, go ahead. I got you off this nonsense.
It is not a team effort, it is a one-on-one with the squadron leaders. And ready, set, go. Yua fires the gun, and the human firefighter is straight up, like, falls over from the sound.
Dude, that was such a great night.
To which the response is, relax, it's just a blank.
Still fired a gun in his ear. That shit's loud.
Yeah, it's not even one of those, like, Olympic type ones. It's like straight up just a gun with a blank. Holy shit.
Only the best from Zaya.
Dude, it's kind of you as, like, troll streak, but, like, you don't see it in the show, but in that fucking, like, you know the video where, like, Fua was trying to like unlock his.
Oh yeah,
DMC.
the toy commercial for the DX.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, that's the greatest toy ever. Fluis is the greatest one ever. The Wolf
The-
Kid does not open.
it actually doesn't open.
Yua's like fidget spinner version of her thing. She's just like standing there, like being like, "Oh, so easy." I'm like, "Oh my god, dude! I wish we got that first album."
Like we do get troll. You were
But not with the smug face.
like the closest we've gotten to the smug face is the I'm 25, and each goes, each goes, no, he's 45,
Oh yeah.
and you would just turn around and goes, asshole. But I will admit, harkening back to that one thing is like I do like the fact that she questioned him in a point because he's like everything's going 100% according to my plan, and she just looks at him and goes, 100%.
Yeah. I was gonna go with like not 1,000. Like I love how like everybody's just calling him on his stupid 1,000% shit now.
It's because that aspect of Thousand Island is one of the dumbest aspects.
I mean, technically it's his form and like Toei not Toei. It's just Tokusatsu characters tend to reference things. So like Thouser's running gag is the 1,000, but like yeah, you're right. It's so stupid.
It's dumb because it's not consistent. Officially, it's no longer consistent.
Yeah, that's true. But
And
again,
also now he's openly a cheating fuckstick.
Yeah, no.
he was already that.
Okay, in the past challenges, though, we found out they're like, oh, my team was cheating. All right, we'll redo the challenge then. But now he's just straight up telling you, like, okay, we only need one more win. Like, no chances. Fucking cheat if you need to.
Right. I mean, I was thinking back of the like realtor one, but I'm like, well, he did it to the carpenter, not the realtor gear. So he was just covering his tracks then. And then like yeah, he's become like super sloppy in where he like puts the belt on. But I guess in this
Like,
situation,
with
with
each
Yua,
with each passing episode, he cares less and less who knows he's the bad guy.
I mean, like, God, I hope Shocker shows up because this is like classic Shocker mentality.
Like,
This is that you can't beat me mentality,
Well, that's what I mean.
despite the fact that it has started from the moment he started getting his ass kicked.
Right, exactly. That's what I mean. It's like it's classic Shocker. It's like them getting their ass kicked and just going, "You didn't win. See you next time for a rematch." And it's like, dude, you're gonna lose twice as hard, yes, but see you for the third one. You know, it's like it's so.
I legit thought the big rematch was gonna be the last challenge, and it wasn't.
Yeah. Honestly, like this, I kind of feel like this kind of kills the pacing of the show, right?
It kinda does.
Right, like if we didn't have the fucking like Matsuba Jinrai shit going on, like nothing interesting would have happened this episode.
I don't know. Like,
Well, I'm gonna use Pixie's summation of this episode because I guess she watched it on lunch. And I hated this episode. Worst writer episode yet for this series. And I kind of have to agree. Like, there are aspects of this episode which are fantastic. And there's some good gags and whatnot. It's like, but overall, it's like, after what we've been getting for the last few episodes, to go back to this is just kind of, huh? Why? It kills the pacing of everything that we've gotten over the last handful of episodes.
Like unless Yua was gonna like rebel against Thouser next episode, this episode's pointless. Like it's only here to pad out the damn episode count, which is really sad. I mean, like it has some okay moments, but again, that's like all the Matsura Jinrai shit. Whereas like Guy continuously, well, okay, so him giving set up, or he knew that like something's gonna happen, and he would want the camera crew to be there. So like he can't be the guy giving the belt, otherwise he can't like cover up the news and like just spin it his way.
That's a
It,
fallacy when his fucking assistant is the one doing it under his watch.
camera
Well,
and
technically the
camera
camera doesn't see it because we see it
that
from.
that we know of because we only saw part
Yeah,
of what they were
like, yes, realistically, it does look like Aruto was blocking Yua putting the belt on, but what the fuck?
I thought more like Guy was blocking it.
I
But
don't
yeah, you're right.
know.
It's so freaking obvious, right? It's so in the open.
right, and then him immediately turning to the camera and go, look, see, I told you he was bad.
Yeah, I think this is just a case of like bad directing because like the script could say, and Yua puts the belt down while Guy distracts the news reporter because she's inexperienced, right? Like, you could write that, but they literally filmed that. You know, like that's not how you should film that scene. You should like try to make like some kind of possible deniability or something going on here. Like Jesus Christ. Um, yeah, I think that was just filmed badly. But even still, it's a dumbass plot device.
Most of this episode is a dumbass plot device,
Like,
and the most standard plot device.
yeah, I know it's so bad. Like shit, it's so bad that like Matsuba Jinrai like, oh look, they're suddenly attacking with the new bad monster thing for no reason. It's the exact same location this is happening. They don't attack the good guys at all, but
You know
just
what?
show up.
I hadn't thought of that, but you're right. Metsubo Jinrai probably was the one who sent that with their whole new, like, Jin's whole new policy about how to redeem Humagear.
Right. I mean, like, Guy even says that. It's like, oh, they're here just meddling with stuff. I'm like, okay, so you 100% have no control over what they do. Uh, but then, like, why are they here? Like,
Well,
there's no value in doing this in the open, especially considering it just shows up, shoots up the place, and then runs away.
To. Sorry.
I can
To
understand.
interrupt the challenge because he thought that the Humagear was losing.
They don't give a shit about Hidan or Zaya.
They want the Humagear to win because if Zaya wins, he's going to buy out Hiden and fucking shut down Humagear production.
I see what you mean, but like previously they've hindered like
Okay.
just think about like somebody
So
else.
I do have an argument for why this would be happening, and it comes down to something we haven't talked about yet, and that's one of Jin's little messages. So the way that Zaya has pretty much kept control of what Metsuko Jinrai has been doing is the fact that it's all run by the arc, and he pretty much controls the arc, for lack of a better term, because we don't have full.
He doesn't control the arc, he's just.
He doesn't control the arc, but he can manipulate events that the arc is perceiving. Jin is in no way connected to the arc anymore.
So before, they were like fighting against Hiden because that was the arc's will, because the arc saw Hiden as the enemy, because they saw Hiden as the ones controlling the Humagear. Now, Jin doesn't want that anymore. Jin isn't under the arc's influence. Jin wants his own thing, which is his own view of how his own redemption for the Humagear. And if Zaya wins and shuts down Humagear production, he can't achieve his goal. Ergo, he then has to win the challenge.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's a fair enough point. It just feels like slow. Okay, yeah, that's a good point. That's probably what's happening. This episode is just so damn mediocre that like nothing stands out.
I wouldn't say nothing stands
Okay.
out. I mean,
Nothing in the main like A plot stands.
true. But we do get some things, like when the firefighter contest starts and they get their running start. Vashi?
What? That is not how you run. What the fuck is wrong with you, human gear?
I mean, to be fair, they're just trying to make him look not human, right?
You don't have to make him seem not human. We already know he's not human.
Look,
But, like,
Hashi,
he's-
I mean, go argue with the casting director or
He-
maybe the director who doesn't know what the fuck.
He's doing the fucking training run when you're carrying like the dummy on your back, but like he's not carrying anyone.
I know, it's so stupid. Like, fuck, why do they even need the mask and stuff? It doesn't even make sense.
I would think it is for the people they rescue.
Okay, that's a fair argument.
That is the only thing I can think of because I had that same exact question.
Anyway, moving on to the board next one. Like, again, Yua continues to have like interesting story threads thrown her way. Guy continues to be a dumbass, or like, okay, it's not true. Shit goes his way, so he's not a complete idiot. But like, honestly, he's only winning because like everybody else, like Arto is like way too stupid to push him on his bullshit. Like he can fight him, but I'm like, realistic, you don't like just use your brain.
Or in this case, use Izu.
Yeah, I know, right? She's a freaking robot.
I mean, that's literally her goddamn job to help you.
Right. Plus her eyes are cameras. Literally anything. Her ears are mics. Of course, she can literally record anything that's going on. Right? Like, god damn. So stupid. Also, like, Fua knows that guy's behind all this shit. He's a cop in Japan. You know, who got a confession. So, like, he's basically bulletproof. Like, okay, I get it. Fua's a little scared, but I'm like, fuck that shit. That's a lame ass plot device. Yeah, like this seems basically like okay. This episode is like the problem that Wizard has like halfway through, where it's like, why is this happening? It's like it's just padding because we gotta pad out the episode count numbers, right? And then like all the like any plot shit happened in episode 2, and it's like
For
part ones.
for a moment that I thought that they were going to do the entire challenge in one episode, but no, they save one more piece for next episode.
The point where they gamble with people's lives.
Because, like, hey, an actual fire has broken out, an actual emergency. The people on the second floor are stuck up there now, so fuck it.
That's for real.
I would say that, like, it's interesting, though, because when the actual emergency breaks out and they're pulling out the actual, like, people that are stuck in there, the human gear sees that one person is in cardiac arrest and ignores him.
Yeah. So he does
Because because he does the standard, robot versus human thing of, well, there are no lives left, on to somebody else.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say more like he does the medic versus the doctor thing, which is like doctors you go for the most severe thing first, and then you work your way down to like least severe. Whereas a medic is like you gotta save who you gotta save, so it's like if that person's too far gone, you move on.
Right. I mean, it all comes down to what is considered priority.
And for the human, and the man who could still be saved was priority, the one in the most danger.
Whereas for the human gear, it was the one that can literally be saved.
Right.
Like it does come down to like that moral dilemma of what is considered, or where do you place the value on human life in an extreme situation like this. And it does vary from person to person, job type, and you know, at every step of the way of the type of person that whoever is doing this is. Because even with firefighters, just people that they have different levels of their own ethically what they consider savable and viable. Obviously, the overall goal is to save everybody you can. That's the overall goal. But in the heat of the moment, one person may, even humans would probably be in that same situation. Go, well, no, I can save him. He's fucked.
Yeah, it's a
Where
good
somebody
point.
else would go, no, I need to save him too.
Yeah, I mean, especially considering like there's three victims and like one firefighter. Well, technically there's two firefighters, but like realistically, like the human gear wasn't there, it'd be like one firefighter and three victims, and then it's like, well, do you save the two human guys and then come back for the guy who's like half
Damn
dead?
near dead. Right.
Yeah,
It comes down to what is considered a priority especially in an emergency
Like,
where
can you go back for them? They'll probably be dead by the time you tried.
right, and then the odds of, hey, if I take my time to save this person, the other two may die.
right.
So it
Especially in a
does come down to, and this is where, well, yes, the human gear was wrong because he was savable.
yeah,
In
but like
in a
that's a
crunch,
50-50
Eh.
chance.
But, like,
exactly.
can the human gear perform CPR?
Probably, but
We, I mean,
we don't know.
if you base it on our firefighter force here in the U.S., then yes, that's their first responders. That's literally part of their training. So you would think that would be the same across the board. It may not. I may be wrong. I don't know if Canada firefighters no CPR
No,
or
it's required.
England or, but I mean it. So you would think in this instance it we do it here, they do it in Canada.
Yeah,
Assume that they do it in Japan.
probably. I mean, like Japan is a pretty, like fuck's sakes, man. Like Tomoki Hero Rescue Fire, for God's sakes, is a tokusatsu series based on like the rescue forces. So like, yeah, I'm pretty damn sure they know CPR. But like again, it's a robot, so maybe they didn't put priority for like medical stuff. I mean, like it would make sense they would, because of course, dude, why are we even arguing? The firefighter, the human firefighter in this episode did CPR.
Right.
Right. So, like, yeah, it's weird, but I guess again, it just comes down to priority because, like, realistically, in a real fire where it's like, okay, three people, two who can possibly get out of here, and then one who's gonna either take time or two, is too far gone. And by the time you're done with that, like these other two might be in more danger. It's like, where do you make the choice? Especially because like there's a fire, there's like smoke inhalation, um, plus like fatigue and shit. Realistically, like yeah, this is a like nice thing of like, oh well, you should have tried to save that guy. But I'm like, in a real situation, that would not have been so cut and dry. Um, Anyway, I mean, he does have a point though, because and like the human gear kind of just learns the lessons. Like, no, you gotta try to save everyone.
And that's what I meant is like by this is the very tropey thing that one of the very tropey thing that happens of any show that has involved, you know, humans that are borderline sentient or just in general of, no, I'm better than you because I know how to make these decisions and you don't. I mean,
Yeah,
it's a very standard trope, and it's not just a Japanese one.
right. Um,
Like it to me, it's just one of those like, while yes, accurate, also wrong. Overall, the longer you think about it, it's like he's right, but he's also wrong. But
right. But I
this
guess
is the
in
standard
yeah,
AI versus human mentality trope, and it is just what it is. And I feel that 90% of this episode was literally here just to shoehorn that in.
yeah, it's true. Also, like realistically, like the only reason he could be able to tell in this situation what to do is because he has experience,
Right.
right? Like, oh, I got time. It's not as bad as it looks. I can do this. also like Guy, like
Okay.
circling back, like Guy fucking pretty much just tells Yua is like, yeah, stop helping these people. You aren't Ames anymore. I was like, what a fucking piece of shit. Also, Yua actually helping out, that was good to see. But yeah, and then she stops. She should have just told him off, man.
Can we talk though about how when the Raider shows up, the Human Gear actors fucking get serious and spring into action?
Yeah, that was pretty great. Um, I mean, it's cool that they're so aware now. Um, like they have like no chance of winning, but at least they tried. So that was really awesome.
Like that was one of the moments I'm like, where as soon as it happened and the human gear sprang into action, my brain went, did they set a trap for this?
No, it was spur of the moment, but still, they were ready for it.
Right. Which is one of those things. Like this episode is pretty tropey, but it has like small moments where it's like people just doing good shit on the fly. So there's that moment where it's like you was like, oh, shit's happening. Okay, I gotta coordinate with like everyone now, and you guys like, oh, there's a camera. Like I can spin this the way I want, and then like the human gear spring into action. So like very small scenes are pretty decently done in this episode. Everything else for the A plot, super tropey.
Right. Is like if not for those moments of, you know, that single out these characters and what who these characters are as people, A plot sucks. A plot could have been wrapped up in 5 minutes.
Dude, it could.
A
Like,
plot very much A plot very much could have been B plot and probably should have been B plot for this episode.
yeah, especially with considering where the hell the
B
last
plot
one
is
went.
fucking great.
So let's talk about Jin for a moment here. First of all, we were wondering, like, with last week's cliffhanger, like, oh, is he gonna shoot Hirobi or not? And Vesh and I decided on no. I was saying no because he doesn't point the gun at him. The answer is no.
Mine was no because it seemed pointless to save his ass to turn around and kill him.
Yeah, it's true. And then like me and Pixie were
Yeah.
like, oh, he's fucking dead. But, and then it's like the most like anticlimactic back off. It's like, oh yeah, no, that was just for the cliffhanger.
It was just for the clear. You did make a good point about, like, oh, maybe he's just, going to break him so he can make him a new body, like what Jin has.
Right, and then it's like, nah, just take off your stupid goddamn like restraining jacket thing. And it's like, okay, I guess you're all fixed now. It's like, what the fuck?
Alright, let's go get your key back. Who has it? Ames? Let's go see if Ames has it.
That's pretty funny.
Hey,
Oh, look, one of them sitting outside of our hideout because he never left.
have you just been here this whole time?
I do love how before that moment he walks out and then you see his suit and I'm like, oh, he's probably just wearing like from the front it looks like he's just wearing like the gangster like pinstripe suit, but from the back it's like no, it's like half and half.
Yeah, it's like a Two-Face suit
I know it's
from
so
the back. I'm
good.
like, it was fucking awesome.
Also, it's like the side that has his like key that hangs down, which looks like handcuffs, is the side with the lines. I'm like, ah, so good. Holy shit, that suit's so good.
Like, I don't know if I like this version of Jin better than, happy-go-lucky murder spree Peridot, but I'm digging it.
Yeah, like, oh shit, that's a hard comparison.
Right?
God damn. I don't know, man. That's pretty hard. But like, I freaking like Jin now. Like the first. Okay, it also feels like his last episode where they're like, "Hey, why are you being a piece of shit to Human Gear?" Right?
Because I
Like, if
don't
you
know
want them
anything.
to succeed and like get rid of humanity, why are you like killing them? And this is sort of like the reaction to that, where it's like he comes back, he's like, "I'm gonna save Human Gear in my own way."
For lack of a better term, his death was puberty.
That's a good.
He went from a child to an adult
And now he's
to do it.
and now he's cleaned up.
Yeah.
Jin got off the smack.
Oh my god. Oh shit.
So,
There's something I never thought I'd say.
Yeah.
so while we don't get clarification on exactly how Jin was rebuilt, we do get confirmation that Jin worked with the mysterious fourth member to break Hirobi out. When Fua questions where they are, Jin just leaves a cryptic message of, "They might be closer than you think." Vashi?
Fuck you. I don't care if it's wrong anymore. I was right.
That it's
That it's Fua. That it's Fua. So
yeah, I still say no, but that's because I might have. No, it's fine. I still feel like it could be, but it could not be. But you're right.
the only
Go hard on it, yeah.
the only thing that makes me question whether or not that this is right or not is the fact that for those who don't know, and spoiler if you don't, Fua's getting a power up.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say like in this episode you see like Jin break Hirobi out, and then like the fourth member does something to the camera. I'm like, if that was Fuwa, why would they even need to like show up? He would just hack the security system.
He may not. Again, this is somebody who's brute force. The technical person was Yua.
I know, but like the fourth member can just like fucking Jedi mind trick and do it. Like he just does it with his hand. I'm like, okay.
Which to me that adds credibility to it being Fua instead of a Shumagir. Fua doesn't have the ability to hack anything, so it's the only thing that makes sense for why to break the camera in the first place.
Well, he doesn't break it though. He just overrides the data.
Right.
Like if he broke it, I'd be like, yeah, that's Fua, but he doesn't. So yeah, you're right. It's leaning pretty hard on it being Fua.
But between that and the theory, I don't know if I've actually fully given it on the podcast. I think I did for the episode that it happened in. The only writer, not counting, the Metsuba Jinrai writers, who have seen Naki has literally only been Fua.
Yeah, it's true.
And two, when he chased Fua, or when Fua chased Naki, it was that wibbly, wonky, I'm inside your head type of fucking
Yeah.
camera work. So it leads me to believe that, hey, they stuck something in him when they did the surgery.
Specifically in his brain.
Well, yeah, you're right. I mean, the tech did get hacked when he was at the hospital, so maybe.
And his surgeon kept going despite the hack.
So
Yeah, but
there's
hard enough. But then
Like,
again, like
all the other
guy also did that.
all the other medical human gear went on a rampage. But Fuwa's doctor kept on doctoring.
Yeah, I know. Which also reminds me of like the only other person who ever did that, which is Lightning Space Guy. Um, and he didn't hack it on. Like he was a freaking sleeper agent. So you're right.
and then like because
I'm still
we
not
know
100%, but yeah, it's leaning pretty hard.
all we know about Naki, and that's what I'm calling Naki, is A has a female.
I thought it was Nato.
Nato or I don't remember what the fuck it is.
Bo.
Death.
It should be Bo, but it sounds like it's Nato.
But the only thing we know is A has a female's voice, and we all know that means fuck all.
Virgo.
We've seen enough Sentai and Rider to know that don't mean shit.
Virgo.
The Virgo, Scorpio, it don't mean shit. And two, that they're about the same height as Jin, which Fu is about the same height as Jin. That's the only physical two things we know about this particular one. Because we can't go off shape because big fucking jacket.
Dude, yeah, you can't go off shape. This is like, oh yeah, you can tell by the voice actor. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like fucking.
Like you can
Kamen
never.
Rider. Like White Wizard had 3.
Hey, was Kiyoamon from Ninja a boy or a girl? The fucking fox. This one.
Yeah, still unsure about that.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Like they said it was a. It's going back and forth on translation on whether or not that's a female or a male.
It's fine.
And here's a good one, Bri. Precious male or female? Is Creon male or female?
Oh, Lucky Roo.
Right. I mean, this is nothing new of them using the opposite sex for voice acting. Hell, that's a thing in the U.S. Bart Simpson is played by a woman.
That's actually pretty standard.
Right. It's it's very standard, especially for anything during adolescence and whatnot. It's like that's a very standard thing in adolescence.
Well, it's not even that. It's just because basically the testosterone fucks up your voice cords, so it's really fucking hard to even do like higher-ish voices or like neutral voices for guys because like literally testosterone will mess up your damn voice cord, so you can't even do that shit without like a lot of fucking
Which is why, especially like even here in the U.S., where for children's cartoons, most male children in shows are played by Nancy Cartwright, E.G. Daily, Tara Strong. Like they're typically female voice actors for the male characters.
Timmy Turner, right?
Yeah, Timmy Turner, Tommy Pickles. I don't know who he was voiced by, but it was a girl.
Tommy Pickles was voiced by E.G. Daily. Timmy Turner was voiced by Tara Strong, and Nancy Cartwright did Bart Simpson.
Yeah. So I mean,
among other voices, obviously.
Right. I mean, I was just gonna say like, so basically like it doesn't fucking matter. Like voice acting, 0% reliable.
And that's all we have for Naki is the voice acting.
Yeah. I mean, like I might have seen some things. That's why I'm like, but not. But holy shit, man! Jin's like whole. Okay, dude. His suit's freaking great. His transformation, so good. I'm so glad they still have a CGI budget.
My god, the CG for his transformation is amazing.
It's so good. And it's like freaking attack too, so intense. Like, damn, it's so good. Honestly, I'm really glad that like Rider switched over to like the shiny metallic red for Rider forms because like the bland reds just don't look that good. But this damn metallic thing looks amazing.
And just the one thing I will go out to say is like I'm amazed that we were right and wrong about him having a different henshin device. Because in the pictures, like when it came out, it's like me and Rye were sitting down trying to figure out which henshin device are we using, and our brain went, well, maybe it's the Raid Riser, which from what we saw in like translations for the scans and stuff, that's kind of how they were pushing it out to what it was supposed to be. Is like, no, it's basically just a modified aims device.
Yeah, you know what the funniest
And
part
it's
about that
fucking
is?
great.
Yeah, it's great. But two is it's got like the shifting action. It's got that like octagon or hexagon on the front, right? I'm like, god damn it! It's the Hopper Sector from Kabuto. Goddamn sword with the knife blade attached at the bottom. It's like, damn, that's a fucking good reuse.
I didn't even think about that. It's like, but it looks fucking amazing. Like everything about Guardian Falcon, I fucking love.
Yeah, I mean, also this fight was pretty intense. Like, holy shit, I do like how like intense Jim's fights are. Come back.
Because again, they're less. I'm a child having fun, and you're in my goddamn way now.
Right. Which also like kind of sets up like, hey, Bowser kicked your ass. You're not on the same level as Zero-One, and like Jin's pretty much gonna murder your ass now.
Like
So you
it's
need a
that.
power up.
Yeah, it's that push for a power up, and it's coming across organically because we all know that Fu is hard headed as fuck, and he will run with as far as he can, as long as he can, with as little power as necessary.
Look, man, you can
Because
only break open so much shit.
I mean, he's got that gorilla mentality.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean,
One
I
of my
do
favorite
kind of
stats
like
is
how.
Daizu.
Yeah, I do kind of like how relatively restrained we are on forms. Then again, we have like 6 writers in this show or something, so thank God.
They're and that's what I'm liking is like they're spread out. Like yeah, there for a minute, Fua and Arto were just kind of seeing who can get them the fastest, and then it just got down to, oh no, you have that one. No, I'm gonna take it too
Yeah, I kind of
for
like that
the
too
assault forms.
as a trope. Like, I think Sentai started doing that too, where it's like, okay, it's not just the power up for the red. It's like, no, we can all use this thing. I kind of do like that because like it's there if you need it, but it doesn't go like, oh, well, now everybody's just like 10 times stronger. So it's like, well, the monsters suddenly have to be like so much stronger, right? But it's like, no, we only have one power up. It's strong, but it's like only one of you can use it. It still puts a threat level on like the lower riders, where it's like the
It,
fights can still be
It
intense for them.
that's why I like Geki Ranger, because both sides are continuously getting stronger and pushing the other side to get stronger to outmatch them.
Yeah, that's true. I was gonna say like Tokuja, but I'm like Tokuja's power up's just interesting. Um,
Tokuger's power up is fuck you imagination.
fuck you. Yeah, except they only get one.
Tokuger's power up is I'm the train now.
I
Oh
know.
yeah, I forgot about that.
I meant like everybody gets to use the golden
Fucking
You are the
yellow
train
and
now.
pink had to share it.
Yeah, I know that was terrible. All right, that's fucking trash. But Pink got that good moment in that crossover movie, so I'm kind of gonna let that slide. But yeah, that was fucking trash.
Um, but like this is one of the things that I enjoyed in X-Aid was that whole shared power up thing with the dual Geshat for Brave and Snipe. The fact that we could, it wasn't, hey, now we've got two people at level 50. It was like, well, only one of them can use it at a time.
Well, until they,
Until they
to
made
be
it.
fair, to be fair, that was because Kronos was a piece of shit and they hacked it.
yeah, it's a good point.
And I get what they're
But
going for with that whole thing, but I didn't really care for the gimmick in the end. They did the same idea much better with Paradox, where he had two different rider power ups in the same key. So it's like, alright, it's a multi cartridge.
so
Yeah, that was pretty great.
I'm gonna make the Brave and Snipe one more acceptable. That was a plot device to get them to overcome their issues with each other.
Yeah, again,
Because like
like
once that power came out is once that's when everything started kind of let's bury the hatchet thing. That's when that started for them,
yeah,
like
it's true.
truly started, and that was supposed to bring them closer because now they have to share things. It was a very good idea for a plot device to do that. It just wasn't executed the best, mainly because they did the whole let's backstab everybody story plot line during all that.
Yeah, you're right. That's not great. Um, but see, this is kind of the problems with like, I mean, the base forms are getting used, but like honestly, at this point, just fucking give it to you. I mean, we know she's getting something potentially something else, so like she doesn't really need it. But like, god damn it, this is one of the problems. Like, base forms are not needed in Rider because
Here's
after like 15 episodes max, they get like tossed aside.
So base forms, I can validate them for like monster of the week level type of shit because typically base form and or at least one various power up, especially for one like Aruto. I want to use fire this week, shark this week, or whatever. I can let that pass. The problem I have is with when the guy goes out of control this episode, and Thouser immediately goes, "I'm gonna kill it," and Aruto, who knows I can't do shit against Thouser without Metal Cluster, goes, "I'm gonna be a shark," or no, I'm gonna be a bear. Sorry,
He just needed to use a new form so Thouser could jack it off. Jack off it. So Thouser could jack off it. Gotta.
but like,
It's a very specific phrasing.
um,
like if not for that, there's no reason why he should ever transform to anything other than Metal Cluster at that point.
yeah. Like honestly,
That's like that's like me going, "Hey, look, I found a way to beat to beat the guy I need to face."
yeah. Honestly,
And
I feel like the biggest problem with the base forms is like they've got like one gimmick, except it's like a full form, right? Plus they were given to Arto like so like well he needs this thing, so I'm like I really hoped it was gonna be like Forza where it's like all right he needs range, give him the fucking rocket launcher, you
the
know,
sad thing, the
or
sad thing is,
yeah.
the sad thing is, all this was a way to build up to Fua's next form.
Oh yeah, it's so true.
That's really all it is.
Um,
Like,
yeah. Like I mean, it's nice that like Metal Cluster is reliable, but like you're right. Like there's no reason for it to. Well, I mean to be fair, like he didn't know Bowser was gonna show up, so he was just using a lower tier form.
Thouser was right fucking there.
Yeah, I know, but then he just like chased after him and like
That's like after like going after the Raid Riser. Okay, cool, whatever. But when it came to going after the him going after the human gear, he should not have been in any form other than Metal Cluster at that point. It shouldn't have been I'm gonna fight, I'm gonna fight, I'm gonna fight. Oh shit, I need Metal Cluster. It should have been Thouser's here, Metal Cluster
right. I mean to be fair,
from the
like Metal
get go.
Cluster still has like the like I
It
feel like the
summons the
show
sword,
wants us
he's
to.
fine.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I feel like the show wants us to be like, well, this is still like hazard trigger, except with the sword now. So it's like it's a little bit dangerous, but I'm like the sword gives you perfect control.
Yeah, like
Like
if
there's
it was
no
still
danger to this
shaky,
form.
then yeah, if it was still shaky, I would accept that. But no, sword makes it perfectly fine. Why are you not using this form?
I know it's kind of lame. Honestly, like to be fair, like the sword, I wish Metal Cluster still had like a danger element to it because like it's too strong right now, right?
And like I understand like this is a very weird argument for me to have of why the fuck are you not using your best form for this, knowing that you need it. When I have literally gotten pissed off at shows because the final power ups get spammed ridiculously.
It,
Fucking Kiva.
Hey, wait, didn't the damn belt get bricked? How did he even use a base form?
Once it
no,
once it got
the
the
what
sword, it unlocked everything.
That's so.
they countered that. They like unlocked it. It didn't break it. It just soft locked it.
Yeah, I know, but I wish they would have. Then, okay, that would have been like a good thing. Is like, well, fuck it. Metal cluster is strong, but it like restricts it so you can't ever use the base form. So that's the story
Like
reason why we're never using it again.
it
Like
was
that.
a perfect setup to spam the fuck out of his better form, and it would have been perfectly acceptable considering the fact that, like I said, like we have bitched before about final forms getting spammed, a la Kiva,
Well, that suit was
who is
like.
like the worst offender of it,
Well, the reason is because the Kiva base suit was like way too heavy to fucking fight in.
but it still looked awesome.
Oh, I know.
Okay, Kiva's base form is the shit.
It's so nice. I mean,
It
like
is,
his
it is
Emperor
it's one
form
of
is
my
nice too, but like fucking Dark Kiva is much nicer to look at.
but Rider and Sentai is like, yeah, it gets annoying when the base form is spammed, but there are logical reasons to spam the shit out of it, and this would fucking be one of them. You have a guy you literally cannot beat without your power up form. Why are you not using your power up form to start with?
Again, this episode's just so cliche.
This is to me this is basically like going, hey, I'm gonna be in a NASCAR race. I'm gonna go run for the first 5 laps.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Like, I feel like if you were writing a writer episode, like, alright, fuck it, make generic writer, this is generic writer. Like, if the Matsubo Jinrai shit wasn't in here, like, goddamn, like, nothing interesting about this episode. Like, this, okay, honestly, basically no episode at this point has been skippable for Zero One. This would have been it.
If not for
Well, I don't even know because like the Matsumo Jinrai stuff is interesting, but it doesn't like advance the plot. Like you could literally go to next episode.
but it drops the hooks to get you thinking and insinuating and theorizing about oh shit. But aside from that, I feel this is entirely skippable.
Yeah, that's a good point. So like basically like the last 2 minutes with Matsumo Jinrai, if they were not in this episode would have been skipped.
Because
That's kinda sad.
there isn't enough uniqueness to this episode or anything that's like really oh my god this plot is amazing. It was this is the most generic thing we've seen out of this series.
Yeah, and honestly, this wouldn't have been bad had it been like earlier in the show. But here, it's like it's literally a two-parter that's stopping actual good plot, right? And it's like, okay, yeah, we gotta deal with this because we're still dealing with the stupid like company takeover, even though like nobody fears that Hiden's gonna go down now, right? Like, so we're just gotta do this because we set up this stupid 5 match shit. So we're just gonna have to get it out of the way, even though nobody's interested.
All right. Well, like we're concluding this challenge next week, and then we move on to the final tiebreaker round, winner take all. What should the final challenge be? What would satisfy you for that challenge?
Honestly, short of Bowser versus Aruto, fucking nothing.
That wouldn't satisfy me anymore because we've been getting that. It's been not. It's what the show's been.
But in terms of competition, it's like there's nothing really
Like,
viable.
Like all the stakes have been getting like scaled up. Like you start with like flower arrangement, and then like real estate, and then like boom, like fucking courtroom trials. Boom, firefighters. Like where are you gonna go next? Space?
Well, Arc is well. To be fair,
Well, they already
Hiden's already won.
The-
Hiden's already won that.
Yeah, yeah.
Hiden's made it. Theirs is on the,
Alright.
the bottom of the ocean.
All right. First one to Mars wins. Go. And if you find any boxes, don't touch.
Leave Candace alone. The moment you said Mars, it was inevitable.
As I was saying, I remembered like, oh right, build.
Yeah. Yeah, what would be satisfying? Yeah, you're right. Like honestly, the match would be like Bowser versus Zero One, but like pointless now.
See, here's the thing.
So it's either gonna be like Yua and Bowser versus Zero One and Vulcan.
Like the reason why I thought that the rematch wasn't gonna happen until the fifth challenge was because I thought it was gonna be our build versus Greece or build versus Gentoku. Like I thought it was gonna be that kind of moment, but we already got that. We already got the Metal Cluster Opera stuff. The rematch would just be everything we've already seen. They've blown their load.
Yeah, honestly, like as like build is decent, but like the thing that it did the best was like the build up to basically the Gentoku fight and definitely the fucking Grease fight, and those are probably like the best moments in that show. And as good as like 01 is, it hasn't reached that point.
Like I think what made Grease or the build, you know, matches and stuff so good is because of the stakes that were in play. I mean, as odd as it was, the 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 wartime plot for build was fantastic, and it raised the level of stakes exponentially, and until we got a villain who just decided to say fuck all everything. Um, the problem with 01 is, like I said, they've blown their load too early, which unfortunately is going to happen when you've got somebody running around jacking everybody off. I mean,
you guys are not gonna let this joke go.
no.
It's gonna be right up there with the King of Time graduated high school by cheating on his makeup exam. It is going in that locker.
Yeah, we're never letting that go. Holy shit.
Or Bernice is just Candace from Phineas and Ferb.
Oh my god. Yeah. Oh man. Shit. Fucking. Yeah.
But I mean, that's the biggest problem is like we've already gotten what should have been, the last, battle between the companies. The only way that Bowser versus 01 becomes a thing that should happen is if Thousand Island gets a power up, but we know that's not happening.
The whole reason everyone else is getting power-ups is to fucking match him.
Deal with his ass.
He's too powerful. And this is kind of like the reverse Chronos problem, where it's like, shit, we keep getting power-ups, but Chronos keeps winning. This is like, shit, we keep beating fucking Bowser, and he's still around.
Right. This is the.
Well, that's what the Chronos problem became.
Yeah, I know, but that took a while. But you're right.
And at least they bullshittedly, decently explained why Kronos kept, being a problem. He was a cheating bastard.
Right, and like, Guy doesn't even cheat, he just straight up loses.
Right. He cheats in competition, but he literally gave Hiden the power, or the power to kick his ass.
So stupid.
I don't care about what bullshit fucking plan he had. The moment Izu and them interfered, his 1000% plan got knocked down to 100, and he got his ass kicked.
Yeah.
Period.
It's like playing chess, but he forgets he's not playing by himself. Like, oh yeah, I got the perfect setup. All right, my turn. Moves piece. Oh no, my plan fell apart.
Such a good point. Honestly, like, if we were thinking of like a challenge, like if this kind of just reminds me of like, well, they're two tech companies, right? This should technically, like, the final challenge should be a building challenge, like that, like, the G3 competition, or the next G3 versus the V1, from Agito. That would have been great, but I don't think this show is gonna do it. But then the other problem would be like, okay, great, you created a good soldier dude who's a writer, and then it's like, well, shit, you just made like Chaser from Build, or not Build, Drive, right? So it's like, well, they can't really even do that now, which is kind of sad. So I'm putting it down for cooking challenge.
Cooking challenge. Oh, the god.
I want that, and I want the
Oh.
to be.
A human gear needs to be able to.
Nintendo's after Nintendo.
a human gear can never satisfy a human's needs.
Oh, okay, other anchor shit. Beware, he has the damn. Oh my god, if the stupid knife
No,
comes.
no. I know what it needs to be.
What?
It needs to be a cake baking competition.
Oh god.
Happy birthday!
Dude, cake boss. Oh my
Cake
god.
boss.
I want cake boss back.
Holy shit, that'd be so good. Especially
On a side
considering
note, the
like
commercials he made were.
Bowser
On a,
knows a lot of business people, so I could see that'd be great.
oh yeah. And on a side note, the commercials that Cake Boss made were fucking amazing.
Oh, dude, they're so good. I love like after like 3 of them, he just actively starts like trying to run away from this shit. It's like consuming his life. He like falls down and boom, he's in a god damn it. Those are so good.
I don't know which are better, his or Tommy Lee Jones's coffee commercials in Japan. I don't know which ones I like best.
Japan, dude. Okay, Japan has like insane commercials. There's this really awesome one where it's like they're going after like a bottle of water, and there's like two customers, a male and a female one, and they're like, shit. There's like the display stand, so they're both going for the same one, and then they stop and it's like, whoa, okay, so they look at each other and it's like it's a pause, like, oh, you think it's a dramatic pause, but no, it's a fucking RPG pause, and they like go sideways and then boom, like cast like basically like what does he cast? Like some kind of like woman and like blasts her away. I was like, oh my god, so good. Fucking
Yeah.
Japan.
And then you had and then for the longest time you had the very oddly creepily pedophile magician.
Oh, dude, okay, that's weird, but I know what you're talking about. The glowing.
Oh yeah. The one where he shows up in little kids' rooms at night and puts on their pajamas.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I don't care
I
how
mean,
he's doing it. It's creepy.
Yeah, I mean to be fair, I feel bad for that actor because like Japan tends to like hyper play up the foreign shit with foreign actors or like anyone who's not Japanese looking. So I'm like, well, that sucks, but it just like plays up the nonsense. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. But I mean, but can it top that freaking oh god, the guy, the kid, you know, the freaking. It's okay. It's forget it. I know what I'm talking about, but it's a dumbass ad, so I'm not gonna talk about it.
Fucking vagina.
Yeah. Anyway, like, yeah, lots of.
Anyway, please find something else to talk about so we don't end
Yeah.
the podcast on a creepy pedophile magician in Japan.
Man, come on.
Okay, so um
Well, I mean, what do you think's gonna happen with Hirobi now? Because he's
I
fully repaired, and then Fua's like, oh, the one who repaired you was, and then someone had Zaya, but like it's clearly Yua. I'm like, that's interesting. But so Hirobi's just gonna get his key back.
and then
Get his new driver.
I don't think he's gonna get a new one. I think he's just gonna be using the same suit.
From everything I've seen so far, there's nothing listed new for Hirobi.
I mean, to be fair, his form was pretty strong, but at this point, it'd be kind of.
It would be outclassed at this point, but they could probably just BS it as like he's just that good.
Fair enough.
He wasn't trying before. His literal existence was to bring.
Oh, actually,
Jin to see-
actually, yeah, that's a good point. Like maybe he was actually holding back so that he could die, so that Jin would feel loss and hatred.
Right, because they pointed that the whole point of saving him, like, was the arc's will. So I mean, it literally could have been exactly what happened and why it happened. So yeah, it would make sense that Hirobi has basically been holding back.
I mean, to be fair, he basically took out a city pretty much by himself. wasn't
Right.
weak, right?
Remember that the reason why Fuwa was in the hospital getting surgery is because of how hard Hirobi fucking wrecked him.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And Hirobi didn't break a sweat doing so.
Yeah, it
That's
was
a good point.
real easy for him.
Fair enough. So he's just gonna be like Thousand level if he actually tries. Or
Maybe?
Right.
Like,
close to it. I'd be fine with that.
And like, this is the problem we get into with the amount of riders that we have and power ups is that level of justification of giving somebody a power up versus the justification of not giving the power a power up. Because in the case of like Hirobi, we can justify either way just based off what we've seen. And then at the same time we have, well, no, we need certain, like Yua desperately fucking needs one. He's getting one, but
Yua needs
desperately
to
fucking
fucking
needs
end
one.
shit.
That too. Beyond a, I'm gonna punch Fua in the face because of reasons.
Yeah. I mean, goddamn, like she has to turn good real quick because this is getting real. Like it's so annoying. Because at this point, like fucking guy's gonna go down, and then you's gonna go down with her, and I'm like, I don't want that because like she could still be abused. Like she could still be a good character, but like the more time she hangs around with this idiot, like the less time she's gonna be redeemable.
Right. And like, and I'm gonna quote Pixie on this. Is like when she started off, she was fantastic. She was that strong, fierce, independent, I don't need no man woman, which for a female writer was fucking fantastic and was executed really really well. And then all of this shit with Thousand Islands has been going on, and in the words of Pixie, now she's a little fucking mouse. All her personality she had has gone right out the fucking window. All of her character development has gone right out the fucking window.
Yeah, it's
And
basically
now she's Thousand Islands bitch.
well, I mean it's basically like the same thing that happened in Drive, where it's like you have Kiriko who's like super freaking like capable, and then like as the show goes on, like her ability to do anything important just goes fucking into the ground so fast.
To be
Like
fair,
how?
they justified that within Drive, where it wasn't that she wasn't capable; it was that the skill and power of the monsters upscaled beyond what she was capable of.
Yeah, and then she got items to increase her thing, and then they forgot about that.
That was just more of a hey, here's an excuse to be able to get close enough to give them a power up.
I know.
Let's be real,
It's
that's all that was.
yeah. Well, I meant like Kiriko's like freaking boots and stuff that can
Right? It's like
the
they
strength of a rider kick. But yeah, I know, but they never use it
at the
again.
same,
God
but at the
damn.
same time, is like that worked on the minor ones.
Yeah, I know, but at least she would have done something.
It, but it got to a point where minor ones weren't a thing anymore. They got in.
Kind of.
Then they got into the different types, the fused ones, the generals, and yeah, by all means, I'm gonna sit. And if I was her, I'd have sat that shit the fuck out too. Good luck. I'm staying in the drive pit.
Yeah, I mean to be fair, like that's just we can say it's like, well, she had no choice. I'm like, that's bullshit. Like you're a writer, you can write anything. Um, it's sort of the same problem with Rinko and Wizards. Like, okay, Phantoms, they're affected by silver. Just give Rinko some goddamn silver bullets. Like she doesn't have to do much, but she can at least protect the civilians, like Ichijo style, right? And it's like, ugh, god damn it, man. Anyways, yeah. Hopefully Yua gets her shit together. Doesn't look like it's happening anytime soon.
Well,
Good lame.
thanks for joining us tonight, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow for Power Rangers Beast Morphers and Tuesday for more Kira Major. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll catch you next time.
Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow, Thursday, or tomorrow, Tuesday, and then next week for the next episode of Kamen Rider Zero-One. See you later.